Good morning. I have a question for you. I want to know how much longer you're going to rip yourself off and convince yourself that everything is just fine when it comes to love and your life, when really deep down you are just holding on, gripping to hope. Hope is not a strategy. Hope is something that is way out there that may never happen. Hope is a start, but it's about taking action and it's about clinging to faith. And the way that you're going to be able to have that firm faith is when you deal with yourself and actually have the courage to look deep inside of yourself to how you really are. Because when I did that, I had a rude awakening that all of my jazz hands and all of my I'm fines and I'm just waiting for the universe to bring me my man had been going on for over 7 years. And every time a new year came, I was like, well, you know what? This is the year of the horse or whatever it was at the time. I know that this is the year that I'm going to meet my soulmate. I just know it. I feel it. I'm so close. I just know it's going to happen any minute. I was doing a lot of work. I was writing out affirmations. I had my vision boards. I was seeing a million different healers. And truly, I was reading all the books, going to workshops. I was like, I am so close. Like I am doing all the things. And it was a rude shock when I realized that I hadn't moved the needle internally with how I really felt about myself, how I felt about love, how I felt about men. And it was my whole worldview that was pretty messed up because deep down, victimhood was running the show. Scarcity was running the show. I didn't really feel like I was the chosen one. I didn't really feel like I was soulmate material at all. So I was just putting this really fancy icing on top of a really shitty cake and putting myself out there into the world and dating and being fun and all of that stuff when deep down I was a hot fucking mess. I was actually depressed and I didn't even know it because I had convinced myself that I'm just going to be positive. I'm going to keep reading The Secret. There's no way I'm going to let any negativity come up and I'm just going to keep on keeping on and I know I'm a great catch. And I was leading with a whole lot of bullshit. I was leading with bravado. I was inauthentic. And I was just waiting for my man to show up without being in a soulmate relationship with the most important woman in my life, which was me. And I didn't even know it. So my question to you is, how much longer are you going to tolerate your own BS, your own mediocrity, your own I'm fine, no really, it's not that bad, when it's actually eating you alive? How many more Christmases do you want to go to alone? If we have COVID for God knows how long, do you want to go through another pandemic alone? You've got to really get clear with yourself and have enough courage to admit that it's far from fucking fine. That you're not fine. Many of you are actually numb and you don't even know how numb you are because you're in such a habit of just pushing on through and sucking it up. And that's what we're taught in our society. So it's not that I'm not making you feel bad by saying that. I'm just saying that's what people en masse are doing right now is they don't want to face themselves. They don't want to see how bad it hurts. They're turning a blind eye. So you've got to face yourself head on and you've got to have the courage to let those tears roll and admit to yourself, holy shit, something's got to change and something massive has to change if you want to have a different future. If you want next year to look different to this year, and you want to be the one that a man is just head over heels in love with and he wants to commit to you, then you have to do that work for yourself and commit to yourself first and prioritize yourself first and deal with those wounds and that not enoughness and those abandonment issues and whatever you've been through that you're holding on to, that you keep regurgitating and putting into your future and wondering why you're not getting a different result. It's time. It's 2020 wherein the whole world is changing on its freaking axis. Are you going to stay the same and bury your head in the sand? Or are you going to take a stand for yourself and step the fuck up and be that amazing woman that you were born to be? Because it's not just going to happen by you hoping that it's going to happen. And it doesn't happen inside of a self-help book, even though they are amazing. It comes from action, commitment, and consistency and getting the right support. And when you have those things, it is inevitable that you will change your life. And as a side effect, you will inspire the masses around you, friends. You'll inspire the man you end up with just by being the most brilliant, best version of yourself. So I want you to not just watch this live and nod your head and go, oh yeah, that's me, because that's not going to do anything. Really take this to heart and spend some time today to actually get honest with yourself. You owe it to you to get honest and check in. How do I really feel? How much longer do I really want to continue feeling like I'm suffering, feeling like I'm the last woman standing, feeling like there's something wrong with me? How much longer am I going to tolerate that fucked up story when there could be another phenomenal story that you get to create? Why? Because you are the creator of your life. And if you want to have a change in your life, then you have to be the change and you've got to take action. That was the number one thing that helped me to change my life when I was able to see, thank God for this split second, I was like, oh shit, all these things that I've been doing, I mean, yeah, they were helpful and they gave me some different perspectives and they made me even more aware, but awareness is nothing without transformation and integration. You can't keep doing the work, you have to be the work, right? And what I mean by that is you've got to embody the teachings, the knowledge. When I talk about vulnerability with my women in Soul to Soul, we're not just having a conversation. They learn how to actually integrate that and actually get that in their cells of what that means. You can't talk about being authentic or being worthy. You have to be those things. And when you are, it makes you magnetic. You radiate love out into the world, and that's the person that people want to be around. So, isn't it time that you put yourself first? The world needs more of your light. The world needs more of your magic. You need more of your magic. You deserve to thrive. It's just ridiculous that in our Western world, you know, people are just used to suffering. People are used to struggling and we're happy just to say, well, life's just really hard and good things happen to other people. No, good things happen to people that take action and reach for the high-hanging fruit. All right, we've all been through stuff. I've certainly been through trauma. I know many of you have too, but that's not a reason not to change. You've got to want your dream more than your fear, Divine One. All right, so I'm sending you so much love. This is a wake-up call to say, step it up, stop the complaining, stop the suffering, and take yourself by the hand and go, you know what? I'm going to get on a call. I've been sitting in this community for long enough, watching these lives, listening to Lucy shout at me. And you know what? It's time. It's time that I actually get to have some of this medicine. It's time that I get to be one of the women that gets to change your life. Why not you? You deserve to be supported.